Nikra Koil Mamadako. We call this when the king comes, when the Torah, the Galus of the Ein Sof, when it comes Milmaila Lamata through Torah, that's called a Koil Mamadako, a silence, small, a thin, shallow, a quiet noise. Al derech, this is similar to Divrei Chachomim Benachas Nishmoim, that the words of Chachomim are said, the pasuk says, are listened to when they're said gently. So we have these galus which comes through Torah. However, just because the pasuk says that there was no Hashem is not in the noise, is not in the fire, doesn't mean that we don't need the noise and don't need the fire. Otherwise, why did they come first? Because the truth is, first there has to be the noise and the fire. Through that, once you had first the Rash and the Eish, so through this Halo that takes place in the beginning, then the Ein Sof extends when you occupy in Torah. Like it says before in the previous Mamer, it says 2 Mamers ago. I mean, this also shows us this is really one continuous Hamshech, all these Maimorim, because he says, like it says before, earlier, it doesn't say in a different Mamer. It says earlier, which means it's the same Mamer still. It's 2 Mamers ago. Over there it says, from the word Rash. Rash is the same letters. Reish Ayin Shin is the same Sar Bish Sin. The Sar here with the Sin. And, I'm sorry, Shin Yamin. Over there is Shar. It becomes a Shar with a right Shin. And Sar Bismoil. And the Sar in the left. So what are the 2 levels? So he explained that Sar Bismoil, the Sar on the left is Bechina Sar Reisho Kamarnikei. That represents, like the pasuk says, that the hair of his head was like clean wool, shehein, hilchas haTorah. Those are the laws of the Torah, which are like a hair, they hide in themselves the Ein Sof that comes down. But it comes down to them in the Hamshocha, in the Torah that we learned today. That's the level of the Sar Reisha Kamar Nikei. V'shar biyimin, and the gate means the Hashar la Hashem. That is the gate to Hashem is Bechinas Mitzvahs. So you have the need for the Rash, because it's the Rash that later on brings down the Gadol is both in the Sar and the Shar, which is in the Torah and the Mitzvahs. V'ayim Mashakosu Alposi Kisishma B'Koil. V'ayim Bezoyer Barshas Bolok Daf Kuf Tzadigim Lamed Beis Me'inyan Koil D'Mamadako. Over there he explains also the idea of Koil D'Mamadako, and also B'Parshas Tzab Daf Lamed Lamed Beis. So over there, Ubchinas Kolo Pnimo Haniskar Bezoyer. That is Chanon. That's the inner voice. When we say Akol the Mamadaka, that's that level that the Zohar talks about. It says there's a pneumistic voice and a chitzonic. That's the pneumistic voice. And also in the Gemara Chagiga, Daf Taz Zayin Reishom and Aleph. V'ayin marsho shom b'chagush hagodes. Look at the marsho b'chagush hagodes. Perik Taz the brachas unches Amud Aleph, and also in the rabbis in Breishis Parsha Chav Daled, and in Tazria Reish Parsha Tezvov, and in Koheles Daf Pedaled Aleph the Posuk Hoylach El Dorim, and also in Zeir Chel Gimel in Pinchas Daf Reish Chav Gimel Soif Amud Beis, and Daf Reish Chav Zayin Soif Amud Beis. Okay. All references, all talks about the Kol D'Mamadaka. Ulam Kol ha'amshoches ha'nimshochim heim ka'ez b'bchinas hela. All things that we bring down today, nowadays, before Mashiach, it's hidden. It's not open. The main revelation will be in the future to come with Chis HaMesim, and there's a resurrection of the dead. Alu kol neshamas Yisrael, when all of neshamas Yisrael will be elevated. So then we will actually revealed. We will get to see in the revealed way the hamshachas. The pasuk says nobody will be pushed away, which means all the neshamas, all will come back. Other pasuk says kulach yofer ayosi. You are all beautiful, my beloved, which means Hashem is talking about the Yidden. All Yidden are beloved. So once we have all Yidden, then it is fulfilled, which is written, Barcheinu Avinu Kolonu Ke'echad. Bless us, our Father, we're all together as one. Kishekolonu Ke'echad, Azai Barcheinu Chulu. When we are all like one, then we ask the blessings, then Hashem blesses us. So basically, in Tchias HaMeisim, since there's going to be everyone, and it's going to be Kulanu, Ke'echad, that's why the Gilui will be Losid Lavai, because that is when it will be the Barchein Avinu Kulanu Ke'echad. So what are we doing now? If it's not, if the Amshocha mainly comes down, Losid Lavai, in Tchias HaMeisim, what are we doing now? Chol Ma'isa Mitzvah. The Esek HaTorah Shebe'olam Hazeh. So the act of the mitzvahs and the occupation of this world, Ulahamshich Ein Sof, is to draw down the Ein Sof. Elo Sheka Eis Eine Miskala, but now it's not revealed. So we are actually bringing down Ein Sof, but it's not revealed. We don't get it. Ukumei Matan B'Seiser. Matan B'Seiser means you give somebody tzedakah in a quiet way, he doesn't know. So we don't know what we get from the Eibishter. The Eibishter gives us a gift, but we don't, it's hidden from us. But in the future to come, the reward of the mitzvah will be revealed from the mitzvah itself. That if you plant tzedakahs, you give tzedakahs, then you make grown from the planting. From you plant tzedakahs, you make grown. Pashut means Yeshua's salvation. That salvation comes through tzedakah. But here he said this: through the tzedakah, you make grown Yeshua's that Hashem turns to you. Meloshin, the Loshin it says Vayisha Hashem el Hevel ve'Amin Chosi. That Hashem turns. So through tzedakah, you make Yeshua, you have Hashem turns to you. So that there will be, Hashem will turn to you, that there will be the revelation that in Sof below in bodies. And while they're in the body, it'll be on a higher level, even from the upper level of Gan Eden. How do we know that the Gilui in Tchias HaMeisim is going to be higher than the Gan Eden? From the fact that we have even the greatest tzaddikim have to come get up, will get up at Tchias HaMeisim, that means that they'll come to a higher level. Otherwise, why are they getting up at Tchias HaMeisim? Shadei, afilu tzaddikim ha'gedolim, because even the great tzaddikim, Abraham, Moshe, sheheim beruma ma'ila shebegan Eden ha'elyon, they are on the highest level in Gan Eden ha'elyon. They too yislabshu begufis. They will dress up in bodies v'yakumu b'tchias hameisim chulu, and they'll get up b'tchias hameisim. So why would that be? B'haynu mipnei shebe'olam hazeh yochel liyos gilui godel yoser. Because in this world there can be a greater gilui even than the Gan Eden. Why? Mishum denotes soifam b'tchilosam, because the end is stuck in the beginning. and v'soif ma'aseh machshava tchila, and what comes the end is machshava tchila, and v'zehu, and this is what the pasuk says, liyos lochem le'elikim. I will be to you to this for elikim. So the word liyos is lost in the future. Even though right now we're working on the gilu, but it's matam b'seisa, we don't have it. When am I going to be liyos lochem to be for you in the future? Now, Ani Hashem Elokeichem. So I, Hashem, will become Elokeichem. Basically, what we're saying is the higher level of Hashem, which is beyond, because there's going to be such a great Gilui. So what's now considered to be Hashem beyond, Lamaila from the Ishtalshlus is going to become Elokeichem, because the Havai is going to be a much greater Gilui loss. Hine, we see this by Yaakov Omar. Yaakov said a similar thing. Yaakov says, "V'shavti b'sholim," after he was running away from Esav, and he davened, and he put the matzeva over there, and he said, "V'hoya havaya li le'elikim." He says, "Hashem will be mitu elikim," the same thing as Ani Hashem Elokeichem. Pirush. What does it mean? Hashem havaya moed al b'chinas gilu ha'oil lahavis lahachis. The name of Havaya points to the level of the revelation of the light to create, to bring into being, and to vitalize. So we're saying that Havaya, the Shem Havaya, by Yaakov, that will be considered by him. That Havaya will be just like the Shem Elikim, which is Milo Master. In other words, it'll go down to level. That will be the blocking. Why? Even though we know the Shem Havai is a Gilui, but relative to the real Gilui that they're going to experience, then even the Havai is going to be a hell of a master. It's going to be master. Through the revelation of the Erin Sobaruch, which is higher and higher than the level of Shem Havaya, al pasuk as written in the Parsha of Vayetze on this pasuk. So likewise, lost love in the future comes true. Yom shekulei aruch, which is a day which is all long. The hainu she'ein loy reish by reish v'seif klal. Over there's no beginning and an end. In other words, we'll experience from a place which is higher than Mokkah, than place. It's no beginning no beginning, no end. Because there's going to be revelation of the level of Ein Sof. Has no beginning and no end. That's why he says, so over there, Hashem will be Elokeichem. Shem Havaya, that the Shem Havai will be considered like a Shem Elokim. There's going to be a great and powerful revelation of the Ein Sof Baruch Hu, which is higher than Shem Havai. That is Hashem's big name is going to be revealed, and because it's going to be such a great revelation, the Shem Havaya, which is now revelation, is going to be considered blocking. That's nothing. It's so little next to the Shemay HaGodl, next to the Ein Sof, which is no beginning and no end. We can say, the Rebbe's Altaras in the parentheses, this is why we find two times the Eibusha says to Yaakov, Kim Yisrael Yishmecha, your name will be Yisrael. First, when he struggled with the Malach, over there, the pasuk says that the Malach told him, "Your name will be Yisrael." And then again, when the Eibishter tells him that his name will be Yisrael, so he says these are the two levels. One is the Shem Havaya, and the other one is the Shem HaGodl. When we say the revelation. The first time when the Malach told him in Vayishlach Lamed Beis Pasuk Chavtes. Zohu HaMekuvan. What is over there? The intention over there is Inyan Gilu Shem Havaya. Over there is talking about the Gilu Shem Havaya. The Shem Havaya is revealed to Yaakov. That's the level of you struggled with Elikim, with the bittul Ayesh we learned before. And that was the revelation that came about in Har Sinai. But the second time is said to him by Hashem himself, it says, Ki im Yisrael Yishmecha. Hashem says to me, this should be your name, Yisrael. Zohu HaMekuvan, over here, the intent is Gilu B'chinas Gvoya Yisrael, a higher level. The higher level of Hashem's name, higher than Shem Havaya. The Shem HaGod, that's going to be revealed. We know that there is two names Hashem. It says Vayikrum Shem Hashem. It says Hashem Hashem. Two times Hashem. And we say Upsik time Benayukul. In between there is an interruption with the doesn't follow together. No, it's not Hashem Hashem. Same. Hashem Hashem. Meaning that there is two levels in the Shem Havaya. The Shem Havaya de Le'elo, and the top, the first Hashem. So Inyan Shmei HaGodl. This is the great name, which we say, Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevorach. The great name should be them. That's the higher level. This is what's going to be revealed in the future to come, very speedily nowadays. Maharamo, Parshas, Vayishlach. Trying to think who's the Rosh Hashanah. Parshas Vayishlach Sheir Gam Kimizeh Shneim Lageis Peiv Bomim. Over there, he also points out the fact that it was said to Yaakov twice, Yisrael, once by the Malach and once by Hashem. V'chein b'ayin Yaakov. So Perikam the Brachas. Some of the commentators pointed out this. Based on what I've written, it comes out okay, because the Alter Rebbe explains that there's two levels. Okay, that's why there's two same two times Yisrael. One he gets from the lower level of Shem Havaya, and the second time is from the high level of Shem HaGod. Just want to fix the Rosh Hashanah. So the person learning this will have a clue what it says over here. So what do we say? So we don't say Ani Hashem Elikim. So it will be your God, Elokechem. It's not just Hashem will be Elikim, but it will be Elokechem, Elikim Shalochem. Ki Yisrael Heima Mamshichim, His Galus Ha'otzum Havu. Because it's the Yidden that draw down the revelation of this powerful relation. So I'm your Elokechem. So that Shem Havaya will be like Elikim, that is through the Yidden. Till your people will go beyond Hashem. Yaver Amcha, your nation, they will go beyond Hashem, so that Hashem will become an Elikim. That is through the elevation of the level of Yitzias Mitzrayim, level of Bittul, going out of Mitzrayim, V'amshach, and bringing down from above, from the level of the higher than Shmoy HaGodl. Okay, so after we say Ani Hashem Elokechem, so we're up already to the Madrega, that Hashem becomes Elokechem, and that comes after the Bittul of Yitzias Mitzrayim, still the pasuk says, Asher Yitzei Eschem Eretz Mitzrayim. It says that Hashem says that He has taken them out from Egypt. Well, we just finished saying that He didn't work for it, that they brought about this Gilui through the Yisrusa de Latato. Yet it says, I take you out of Mitzrayim. For even this expression of the soul, which comes from below to above, that is the level of the exodus of Egypt, that it comes through Hashem taking you out. Kilamola is quoting from the Gemara and the Pasuk that if Hashem would not help us, we wouldn't succeed. Like the Pasuk says, Hashem stands by the right side of the poor person to save him from those who judge his soul. Like said before. Says that the world stands on these three things. It says in Pirkei Avos, ala Torah ve'al ha'avoda ve'al chasodim, which is basically the same kind of idea that through these pillars, this is the avoda of halos manes surusa de latato, through the union of bitla yesh, and then we have the hamshocha milmailo pirush avoda. So, what is the first thing? Is what is the meaning when we say avoda al Torah al avoda? So, avoda hu halos man. That is bringing up the Maim Nukvim. That comes from below to above. That is the level of Bishla Yesh. That is the idea of the reading of the Shema, going out of Egypt, and the davening, like I said before. So the avoida is milmata lamailo. That's man. And Torah gmuz chasodim, Torah gmuz chasodim, hein hamshochas milmailo lamato. They come down from above to below. Shalachar halos ma'im nukvim. After the elevation of the ma'im nukvim, over there you have the hamshocha that comes from above, and the two hamshochas come through Torah and gmuz chasodim. What are the two levels? The Torah, he hamshocha b'chinas pnimius. That's hamshocha that comes in an inner. Commercial cost of the pasuk says, "V'soyroscha v'soych meyoi," in my inside, which means that the hamshocha from Torah comes in a pnimius. Gemilas chasodim u hamshocha b'chitzonius. That's a external hamshocha. Commercial cost of b'tzedakah tikanonichulu. With tzedakah you prepare. That's an external. An outer, that's the makif, is through the level of Gemilas Chasodim. Amnam, Ksiv, the Pasuk says, Chazdei Hashem ki lo yisamnu. So the Pasuk says that it is the kindness, the plural of kindness of Hashem that have not been completed. Chazdei lo sharabi. Chazdei in a plural. Hainu beis b'chinas chesed. So we have two levels of chesed. When shkosu b'zeh chele gimel daf kuv lam gimel amid beis is chesed. There's two chesed. One chesed another. Ha'alef hu ab'chinat chesed ha'elyon she's galil osid lovei. One is the revelation of the supreme chesed, which will be revealed in the future. That's the higher level of chesed. And about that chesed, it says, my kindness from you will never turn away, which shows on nitzchius, on constant. That's called lots of chesed. So that's a chesed that comes from above and Rav chesed. But you cannot have the revelation of the light from above unless you are in the level of a vehicle, you're a vessel, and you become a dwelling place for Hashem to rest in. That's the second level of chesed. Da'aleha omru. They say about the second chesed, the kama gufin tekinas loin, that the Eibishter has created many bodies. We have the midas hachesed in Atzilus. Atzilus, the spheres hachesed we have over there. You have the Rav Chesed that comes from higher than Atzilus. This is the kama gufin tekinas loin, which is chesed roi yimina. Chesed is the right hand. That's in the level of Atzilus. So who bechinas keli legiluer bechinas Rav Chesed now? That is the vehicle for the revelation of the Rav Chesed now. In order for the Rav Chesed, the level of Chesed which is higher, the Rav Chesed to come down, it needs a keli. The keli of it is Chesed Atzilus, is the gufa, is the level of that Chesed. Based Chesed. Mamer shekosu divrei maschil v'hoyo mispa b'nei Yisrael b'pirush v'inyan ki gadol yom Yisrael uklei zeh lamato. So above it's the level of chesed of Atzilus. What's our keli for that chesed, the great chesed of Lo Silavei? Zahu inyan gemilus chasodim. That's the keli for that is the gemilus chasodim. We're talking about which is chesed roi yimina. The chesed is the right hand, and all the bodies, limbs of the body, follow after the yamin. So that means that everything follows the level of gemilus chesed. Likewise, yesh beis b'chinas Torahs. There's also two levels in the Torah. Hainu, Ashikosu b'Torahs havaya chevtzoi, u'b'Soiroso yeger. So there's two Torahs in the pasuk. In the Torahs havaya he desires, and in his Torah yeger. Pirush Torahs havaya. What does it mean Torahs havaya when we say the Torah of Hashem? Hibichinas Torah Shalamaylo. That is the Torah of above, which is Chochma Ilah. That's love Chochma. Love it is Galil Osid love it. That will be revealed Osid love it. What is the vessel? Kli Umichan Shifta. What is the vessel and the dwelling place for sitting? Hibichinas Torah Shalamata. That's the Torah below, which is what? The Torah that we learn. Chochma Tatorah. Balzeh Namar. And about this it says, that the person studies the Torah, that's the Chochmat HaTorah, Torah Shalmat. This is the two times it says, Ani Hashem Elokeichem. The first Havaya Elokeichem goes on, Hayom La'Soisom. Shubchinas HaTorah Shalamata. There we're talking about the Torah below, what we need to do over here. Chesed roi yimina and chesed roi hands. Shechochma v'chesed zeh. So that this chochma and this chesed becomes keil lekabel gil Torah Havaya to get the Torah Hashem and also chesed the legav and the outer lesson is gal lo osid made v'meno main. That will be revealed. Shahu inyan ani avalekechem anamashaynis. That's Hashem lekechem. That it says the second time when you will come to this higher level of Gilui. So now he's going to answer the question that he had before. What's the connection of this with the Kriya Shema? He said we should have said the pasuk L'man Tizkiru. If you want to mention, why do you say the pasuk that it says that we have to mention? Why do we bring down this pasuk? He asked before the Mamer. So he said V'lochein kovu pasuk zeh b'Kriya Shema. That's why we set up this pasuk in the Shema, because of the various different parts of the pasuk. It's explained above the Yitzias Mitzrayim Shaykh l'Kriya Shema. That Yitzias Mitzrayim is connected to Shema. We said it before. Why? Because what does it mean go out of Mitzrayim? Is to go out from the limitation and the boundaries. To be a subjugation of the yesh. And that is the Mesiras Nefesh, Echad and Kriya Shema. When we say Hashem Echad, is to go out from your limitations. That's Yitzis Mitzrayim. Another thing, V'gam Kadea Bitl Hayesh, through this Bitl of the Yesh, which is the idea of Kisarisim Elikim, that when you battle the Elikim, the Tzimtzum, Aideza Nimshach B'chinas Rosh, then you got Yisrael, Shema Yisrael. Nimshach B'chinas Li Rosh, then you get the level of Li Rosh, Shezau in Shema Yisrael, which is the Shema Yisrael. So that's the connection of B'chlal Yitzias Mitzrayim with the Shema. When you do the Shema, you go out from Mitzrayim, and that's why the pasuk comes together with the Shema. So this is the level of work. That's elevating from below to above. Then you need Torah Gemilas Chasodim. That's the Hamshachas. So all these three things, the Avodah and the Hamshachas, are all hinted in this pasuk. That's what we have this pasuk. That's the idea of the elevation. That's why they set up this pasuk. And the other thing he asked before, what is this pasuk connected? Davke to the parshas of tzitzis, tzitzis, yesh beis bechinas, because in tzitzis we also have the two levels. On one hand, we have lamed beis chutim, the 32 strands, which are shocha penimis, and lamed beis nesivus chochma, as I said before. But talis hamakif, and you have the talis which surround. Asher heim keneged beis bechinas hamshochas shal de Torah Gemilas Chasodim. These correspond to the two hamshochas from Torah Gemilas Chasodim. Torah is bepnimis, and mitzvahs Gemilas Chasodim the samakim. So the kanoni, ka Torah hamshocha bechinas pnimis. Torah is pnimis. V'zeu inyan lamed beis chutim. Those are the two strands. V'heim lamed beis nesivus chochma. On the other hand, the Gemilas Chasodim is chesed d'reya yemina. That is, chesed is the right hand, the yemina t'chapkeni. The right hand hugs, that's like a garment on the outside. K'may hatalis, that's like the talis. K'may hatalis shu levushu makif chulu. It's a levushu makif, k'may shekosim mokamach. And there's additional reason why the tzitzis, reimzim gamkin love of yira, the tzimtzim also hint for the love of Hashem and fear of Hashem. Because you have the lovon and the tchelas is the idea of Abba and Yira. This is the level of Avodah. The fact that we're saying that it's dafki on three things, we can understand this. Over there it says you need three things. It says kablon, bein beis droim. When you get from the two hands, from the chesed and the gvura chulu. Ki atzilus hakodesh nigmar begimel b'chines. Because how does it complete it? How does atzilus, the holy atzilus, complete it? You have three levels. Ki kael ava aim. No, ki el ava aim. Because before you have chokhmah bina, there's three heads that come, meaning from Arich Ampin, from the level, there's three heads. To correspond to those levels, also understands that it's they, and through them you bring down the level of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is Menaneya Bereisha Chulu, Ba'ayim Hashakosu V'Aposik Shnecha Keder Chulu.